Man, oh man, has it been a day today. Let's go ahead and go over the properties for FNGR. What is up, team? Thank you so much for stopping by once again. This is ARCa coming at you with an FNGR technicals, raw price action, and statistical threat of analysis on this late Thursday, right? So before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share the video with a friend so that you and them could consider joining our trading community in Discord called ARCa Bulls. With that said, let's dive right into the charts. Okay, team, so there are several indications here that are telling us that we may be facing a little bit of a pullback here, but overall, the asset could be at a floor already. Okay, so first of all, the daily time frame backtest of volatility versus momentum is indicating that the daily may be facing still some pressures to the downside here, right? So, but with that said, we need to make sure that the shorter time frames, the more immediate short-term time frames, are also in accordance alongside this daily time frame. So let's go ahead and just move on, because there are some things here that I do have to tell you that I am absolutely bullish on. Okay, team. So looking at the ARC balancer, this is the way that we were actually able to determine, based on its built-in VWAP, the volume weighted average price moving average here. So that would tell us that the 434 area was in fact the zone that we were looking for. Okay, so already we are being notified here by the enhanced MACD, which is volatility versus momentum, and paired into just one indicator here. We are getting a little bit of a bear signal, and that could be indicative of coming back down to that zone yet again. But to tell you the truth, if we don't touch that 434, it is also okay if we bottom out at around that 443 level yet again. So that was essentially so we said around 438 originally, right? So we came down to 443 and price action literally just pushed on to the upside. It's entirely okay. The thing is that in the after hours, we came back down to test these levels, right? So opposed to the the daily close, which was around 457, so which is not bad, team. But yeah, we're just getting a little bit of a bear signal here, but that's normal when we are starting to repair from a large downside. Okay, so let's move on to the next chart here. So yeah, it's going to be the 5-day that we're going to have to focus on here, team. Okay, so if we can, let me see if I can actually just bring some more, wow, I just see how things are just getting massively convoluted over here with all the notes and stuff. But you know what? Maybe I can do it with this one here. Actually, this moving average is that box is no longer needed. So let me see if I can actually pull up the moving averages here. Okay, so and I'm going to pull up something that's incredibly important that we need to keep an eye on here, team, because we're about to get something that's incredibly significant for this asset, and it is particular to the 5-day time frame. Okay, so let's go ahead and notice here on the 5-day. Let's click on 5. Come on. There we go. So go ahead and take a look at this. If you were streaming with me live, then you would have already known this in the first place. Okay, so we are starting to get the indications of the EMA 21 period crossing over the EMA 55 period, which is the silver cross on the 5-day time frame. This is absolutely massive, team, and we are already showing signs of a positive crossover here. So when this does happen, usually price action tends to react incredibly bullish upon that. Okay, team, so like for example here, the first day that we actually got that cross, look at how the price action was reacting upon getting that, right? And we faced an upside, and we came back down and failed it, but this was still within the bear market cycle, right? So this is, I really mean that too. This is November 2022 over here. Right back here was October 22. Yeah, so we weren't ready for making that official cross. Now, also notice the cross that we're about to make here is on an upside pivot. So you're looking at the EMA 21 with an upside posturing alongside the EMA 55. So when you do get a crossover strategy that looks like that, that is absolutely powerful, team, and definitely something that you want to keep your eyes on. Right, so let's just go ahead and take a look at the next chart here. So this is the chart that we looked at today, where we said, man, oh man, there's that 5-day moving average crossover about to happen, and this is very powerful, team. So if I can actually just go back here and maybe look at, I'm actually now curious over looking at maybe the SMA 50 over the 200. And I want to see if beyond the EMA 21, or actually it would be first the SMA 50 over the 200, right? That's going to be the golden cross. So let me just block these out of the way, and let's see if we can focus on the 200-day for now, alongside the 50-day. Okay, so there we go. Just make them a little bit visible here. And now let's go back to the 3-day time frame and see what's good. Okay, so nothing there, and yeah, we're starting to converge. Oh yeah, something big is happening, team. So look at this. Okay, so you want to, I'm just going to give you a few time frames just to give you a quick idea here. Okay, so 6-hour time frame, Golden Cross. We have the SMA 50. By the way, the Silver Cross is the Golden Cross little brother. Okay, so the Golden Cross is more significant here. Okay, so the 6-hour time frame, we have that Golden Cross happening right down here. Let's go ahead and move on to the 8-hour time frame. Check this out, 8-hour time frame, Golden Cross. Right, let's go to the 12-hour. Here's the 12-hour, getting even closer to our price action. Right now, as we go into the daily, go ahead and notice that these moving averages are converging and they're getting very close to each other. What I can say is that FNGR, potentially Wednesday next week, this could be the time where we make this Golden Cross happen. And when that does happen on the daily time frame, we will officially be declaring a bull market cycle, at least for FNGR in particular. Okay, team, so we must keep an open eye out in the event to where we can pull back to that area of 430 to around 438. Okay, but just in case we don't, we have two major moving average strategies happening here. One on the weekly, which is the Silver Cross, EMA 21 over the 55, and here on the daily, which is incredibly significant, of the SMA 50 crossing over the SMA 200, team. That is 100% bullish and something that looks to be happening fairly soon. Okay, team, we have to keep an eye on those things because price action will react very, very nicely for us. And I'm actually favoring the bulls for this particular situation. Okay, team, so now that we are looking at the daily time frame for this potential cross, let's go ahead and see and identify the potential strength for the market. Okay, team, so here is a clear indication that we still have a little bit of bear strength to look at. The bulls are actually starting to push a little bit forward. When I evaluated this yesterday, it was quite a different story. You were looking at a 96% bears, and that was something that I didn't display on a video. Okay, team, so that is essentially what I'm looking at here. But as you start moving down on the time frames, you're starting to see that score is starting to level out, right? So that's essentially why I'm saying that that there's a cascading effect here. Okay, so I would say that we still have a little more downside to go, maybe consolidation, before we can continue onwards and upwards. Okay, team, so let's look at the last part of the analysis here, and this is going to be the RSI 30-minute immediate short-term time frame, suggesting just what we said right now, consolidation. Same thing on the bi-hourly time frame, consolidation. But what I would have to tell you is that the SMA 14, represented by this pink line within the RSI, the relative strength index indicator, which is this here, and the RSI signal itself, the cyan line, they are both sitting, first of all, the RSI signal upside of the SMA 14, right? So it's above it, so that's bullish. And we're sitting in the gravitational zone of what's known as the bear strength percentile, okay? And this is the bull strength percentile. The inner workings are the weakness percentile. So overall, this is the bearish control zone, and this is the bullish control zone upper half. Okay, team, so we're sitting within that gravitational zone. So there is a good chance here that we could be pressured to the upside, okay? So now, moving on to the 6-hour and 8-hour time frames, you can still see that we still have that downside to look at, right? So this is why I'm saying that we may be faced with a continuation to the downside here, team, and it would be absolutely good because we need that reloading. We need to get some more bulls loaded up down there before we can make a massive explosive move to the upside, right? So now moving on to the daily time frame, you can actually see that we're making a pretty bearish cross right here. But when we start jumping into the bi-daily time frame, this is a very clear indication that downside could be very limited, especially when you're jumping into the 3-day time frame. Go ahead and notice this here, team. We're in the gravitational zone of the bull strength percentile. This is highly likely to be pressured to the downside But when we do get pressure to that downside, the SMA 14 and the gravitational zone will be there to essentially be this the savior for the price action, right? So upon that drop, there could be that bounce to look out for, okay, team? So please know that at any moment, something like this could be invalidated, just like we saw with COSM, right? Some bad news catalyst that no one knew about could come in and essentially reverse the price action against all of us, team, rug pulling the entire price. But to be very honest with you and very clear and transparent, I am not seeing indications of that anywhere in the chart. And in fact, we still have some bear strength here to look at. I'm already being very clear about that, and I do suspect this to continue to that support zone that we're talking about between the area of about 438, potentially back down to 440 to 430. Okay, team, just to keep it as clean and as clear as humanly possible. Okay, team, but please just know that I'm trying my best here for retail. Okay, I need you guys to always practice proper, my goodness, proper risk management. Jeez, can't actually say that right now. Coming in a little too late right now, right, team? Today has been an absolute challenge, and I speak of this because retail has been reaching out a lot, right? So this is why I'm coming up a little late in creating these videos. But still, team, I need you to first and foremost, right, remember that I am not a financial advisor. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. Okay, team, I need you to do your own DD or your own due diligence, and everything will be cool. But with that said, I wish you well, a very good night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios.